And thank you again for joining us for Reverend Dr. Nathaniel Gadsden's Writer's Wordshop. Again, the Poetry Hotspot every Friday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on the Voice of Heaven, the Voice of Harrisburg, 17104.com. Tonight, our theme is going to be the unknown for some of our recorded video spoken word artists. And again, this is an open invitation for all writers, poets, again, authors to join us tonight, right here on Reverend Dr. Nathaniel Gadsden's Writer's Workshop. So without further delay, I present to some, introduce to others, a good brother doing big things in the community. Dr. Gadsden, welcome back, sir.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Good to see you, Brother Chris, as
Good to be
always.
seen, sir. Good to be seen.
It said something about, I saw a little message up there. I'm not sure if that was shown to everybody. Third-party content or something like that.
Yeah, it's just saying that we're broadcasting, that we're not just on Zoom, that we're on social media outlets as well.
I got you.
Those are the third parties. Sure.
Okay. Who is this? The third eye, is that what they call it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Something like that. Big brother.
Yes, indeed. But anyhow, how are you doing? How's everything?
Oh, yes, sir. Everything's going well. Actually, a big day tomorrow. Actually, we're dedicating our second daughter to the Lord. So that's always an honor and a treat for a parent to be able to accept the charge and the responsibility to raise a child up in the ways of the Lord and up in the ways to love God.
Amen. Amen. That's
so we're excited about that for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Been car shopping for my wife the last week, and that's not the market to be in, brother.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness, man. It's like swimming in the midst of the sea with a bunch of sharks, brother. You need a lot of wisdom and a lot of grace.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, buying a car these days is not easy, and there's so much stuff they come at you with.
And it's amazing how one price turns into another price at the end of the conversation.
That's right.
The numbers don't even match the numbers that you saw in the window, and you're looking like, am I making the right decision when you sign about 50,000 papers and about $20,000-$30,000 afterwards? I don't know how they come up with them prices for them cars like that, sir. That's just astronomical.
And I was just telling you guys, right? Literally about 6 o'clock, we were meeting and talking, and I talked about. Asked him, I said, "Had you bought a car lately, man?" I said, "All the paperwork you got to sign." And
oh my goodness! You don't know what you're signing because you've been there 2-3 hours. So now you're just trying to sign stuff to get out the door, and you don't know what the fine print and all the writing says.
I'm telling you, so true, man. Well, I hope you got a nice car.
Yeah, we didn't settle on a car. It was the car she wanted. It wasn't the price we wanted, but it was the car she wanted. So we're just going to trust God like we've been trusting God, and to God be the glory. We did find one a week later, and now all the other dealers that said no before, now they want to worry you now that now they have other lenders, and you know how that goes. They want to play hardball and try to put you in something $500-$600 a month and overextend you, and you just can't budge. If you got a price, a monthly price in mind, just wait to you find the deal that works for your budget.
And there's so many options out here these days. It really is.
Sure.
I was driving up and down Hurst Street, up in the upper part of Hurst Street, and I thought, oh, man, where are all these car dealerships coming from?
Oh, it's a serious hustle. You can go to the auction and spend $2,000-$3,000 and put a $10,000 price tag on something. A little bit later, put some tires on it, change the oil, and put a sticker price at $10,000. I mean, you're making 5-6 times your money on each car. You do that 10, 15, 20 cars a month. I mean, you do the math. I mean, you may be in the wrong business. Maybe we should open up a car dealership.
Hey, a lot of people are doing it, man.
Sure.
You don't have the aptitude for it, though. You don't want
to. You got to have a knack for it, and I wouldn't want to sell anyone something that I wouldn't want to drive around in, and that's what you end up, doing to someone, because cars on the lot don't make you money, so sooner or later you have to sell them to someone. And you don't always know what's wrong with them. They may sound good, look good, but I mean, a week or two later, the whole tranny may drop on the ground while you're on the way to New York City. So you never really know.
Never know. But look, man, I appreciate everything you do, and tell your wife I said hello. And
sure.
What's the little one's name?
Alyssa.
Okay.
Alyssa and Melina. You met Melina before. I'm not sure if you met Alyssa or not.
Absolutely. I've seen her on you got her in your arms once.
Yes, sir. I
haven't seen her in person, though.
Understood.
God bless you, man. Thank you for all you do, brother.
Thank you, sir. Peace be unto you, man.
And you did pull up some videos for us, I
Yes,
guess.
sir. The videos tonight, the theme's going to be the unknown. So the artists that we have chosen tonight all stick along the theme of the unknown tonight.
But why don't we start off with one of your artists tonight? Let's see what it's all about. Set the
All
stage.
right. Let's
How
see what
this
we
is
got
meeting
here. Just give me
tonight.
two quick
Talk a
secs
little bit.
here.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Unknown.
This first young lady, her name is God's Gift, and this
Ah,
is called, I believe, the unknown.
okay. Hey, let's do it.
Unknown. To all the people who come to me with the lies and the deceit, like no matter what I do, they want me to experience defeat. They think I should fail because the color of my skin, but I wonder why we can't just blend together as white and black should. But because I'm not hood, it's like you never understood the quality of my mind. But you never gave it time, but yet you criticized me from front to behind. How could you judge me if you don't know me? But I'm God's child, so I never worry. It's funny when things go bad, all your friends scared. But when they hurt, they ring your phone. But they never give emotion that should be shown. That's why the name of this poem remains unknown. Adrian
Hmm.
Lavandier.
That's cool. All right. Short, sweet, to the point. And I wouldn't know who she was, but that's a nice little piece there. And thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hey, listen, we had a program planned for tomorrow, and then we had to cancel it. It just wasn't coming together, and also something happened that's just unforeseen. But it's all good, you know. We have so many programs that we do a year. The program was called Remembering What We Can't Forget. And my wife and I were going to, thank you, that's wonderful, man. I'm glad you pulled that up. My wife and I were going to give reflections on that wonderful trip we took through Messiah University's uh, Thriving Together program. And it's a trip down memory lane in terms of the civil rights movement, the modern day civil rights movement of the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, on up to now. And it was well put together. And just even the work that we did on the bus, watching the videos and films that we saw, just so educational, and a lot of things we learned that we did not know about. In fact, most people, I'm sure, don't know about these things because they weren't widely written about. It's not that they didn't happen; they certainly happened. But if it's not written about, or a movie's not made of it or something like that, then most of us don't know about it. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. And so there's so much that is a part of our history that we don't know about. That's why we need people to remember, to reflect, and also to do exploration, do research, and to write it down. We have to chronicle where we are as a people so that we don't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over, or believing that somehow the little history that we do know is all the history that existed, and that's just not right. So we all know about Dr. Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, and just some real familiar names, Malcolm X. It goes on down the line. That there are a lot of people who struggled, who fought for civil rights, who marched, who were jailed, and beaten down, murdered even, who deserve to have their voices and their stories told as well. The work done in the South for through the voter registration project, it was just incredible, the kind of danger that the people were in, and so many of them lost their lives riding the freedom buses and knocking on doors in the deep South, trying to get these folks to understand that they had the right to vote and that they should fight for the right to vote. But it was dangerous, hard work. And then to integrate schools. I mean, we heard about the Little Rock Nine, but how about these other areas where people literally integrated these schools, and they were the first ones to go there. So they had to put up with so much abuse and discrimination and alienation and everything else that takes place in a situation like that, where you're one of, maybe 5 or 6 or 10. In fact, there was one group we saw was 12 of them. And this was a racist area where, you call it one of those sundown towns, that if you weren't from there, you better not be in there come sundown. And even if you were from there, you better not be out on those streets, when the sun goes down. So a lot of people disappeared, a lot of people abused, and, so many things happen. And when we try to minimize it, let's talk about things like, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Why do we have these programs and affirmative action and stuff like that? We really cannot forget of where we were as a people and what happened to us as a people, how we were marginalized. Certain stores you couldn't even walk in the front door. You know, being got your head blown off, they wouldn't serve you. And if they did serve you, they served you from the back door, but you dare not come here and sit down. How about this? You couldn't use public swimming areas. I mean, just real stuff, folks. It's just, you know, history that we don't want to glorify it, but we do want to make sure that we talk about it. Make sure that people understand from whence we come. Because if we don't do that, then shame on us, you know. So anyhow, that's what we were hopefully going to talk about tomorrow. I'll show you some slides and all that kind of stuff. We are going to do it, however, we're going to do it online. And I've talked to Nicole Wilkerson, who is a tremendous, you know, person that works with us on many different levels. And she's a person about the community. She has an organization called Nicole is Making It Happen. She just had a wonderful book signing. I mean, a wonderful book signing last Saturday. And her book is a journal for anyone who's entertaining the idea of going to an HBCU, historically Black college or university. Her book helps them to, you know, ask those critical questions about, is this the right university or college for me? And, you know, is the location the best place? You know, do they have the kind of courses that I want to, you know, take? Do they, are they rural, urban, or suburban, you know, their location, stuff like that? What's their graduation rate and on down the line? So anyhow, she put together a wonderful journal, and she literally sold out last week. So hats off to Nicole. Nicole is going to act as our moderator, and she will interview Pat and I, and we'll talk about, you know, those things. She's a graduate of Howard University, so she certainly knows about the civil rights movement and all the things that happened back in the day. And I say she certainly knows, but the truth of the matter is, she will tell you that there's a lot she didn't know when she first went to Howard. She learned a lot. You know, even though she came out of a predominantly Black school in Harrisburg School District, you know, that doesn't mean the history is always taught. And then there's that part of history that has not been taught. It's history. Someone has chronicled it, but truth of the matter is, it's not widely known, hardly known at all. And that's a shame. So anyhow, having said that, our programs have been canceled for tomorrow. We were supposed to be at 900 South Arlington Avenue from 5 o'clock. Actually, the program started at 6, but from 5 when the doors open until 9. But that won't happen. So help us spread the word and let them know that we're going to do it a different way, but we are going to do it. We do have a couple programs coming up that you should be noted. Oh, I don't have it in front of me. But anyhow, we're going to do basically the trunk or treat, but now we're calling it an October festival, rather than that whole Halloween theme and all that. We're just going to have a wonderful October festival. That's going to take place in October. We'll have Nicole come on and talk more about that, you know, and I'll interview her, and she'll just kind of fill you in on some of the things we already have planned. We have the International Storytelling Festival that's going to take place in November. That's always a big highlight for us. And then, of course, the coup de grace, if you will. The biggest event that we put on is the Kwanzaa Festival. I can tell you that will be on December the 14th. Because that's the date we're shooting for. And if God grants us, you know, the gift of being able to go back to the Harrisburg School District's building, the Camp Curtin Academy, which is up on 16th Division Street. And we used that gymnasium last year. We had a great time. It was a really good time. And, you know, it was well laid out, chock full of, you know, excitement the whole day. And a lot of people came out and supported. So look forward to having Kwanzaa. It's actually a pre-Kwanzaa program because Kwanzaa itself is celebrated December the 26th through January 1. And so, you know, we always do it in advance, and we're looking to do it again this year on December the 14th, okay? And at this point, to be announced in terms of the actual location, but we're working on it, okay? We're working on it. And, you know, yeah. So just stay tuned and we'll keep you informed about what's going on. There's some other things happening as well. Nicole has a lot of projects going on with other people. Hats off to my man, let's see, Ballard. I'm going to say Bernard Ballard, who was featured in the Harlem Fashion Week. I don't know if Brother Chris has anything about the brother, but he is, you know, someone been in Harrisburg for years doing fashion. He's been featured at our Kwanzaa programs and other places. he's worked well with Andrea Fulton. But Andrea Fulton, I believe, came with the idea of having him showcased in Harlem, the Fashion Week in Harlem. And they had it on Facebook. It's on Facebook Live and all that. But he did a great job, and his models look really good. And yeah, I saw him just a couple of days ago and congratulated him. He was still glowing, and it's just a good thing. Just happy for the brother. He's also an outstanding poet and writer, and he does what you call conscious writing. And so he writes whatever comes to his mind. He puts it in, puts it down, and then links it together to make a dynamic, creative piece. But he also does meditation. In fact, he was getting ready to do a meditation when I saw him down there at the yoga center, which I didn't even know existed, but it's there off of Third and Rowley Street, right next to the African shop with what's my sister's name? But anyhow, but yeah, it looks like Brother Chris may have found some pictures. There he goes. That's Bernard Ballard. He goes by Vernon as well, Vernon Ballard, but Bernard, and that's the original creation. Nice dashiki. Okay, and I'm not sure what the sister is, but sharp on sharp, yeah. Both of them looking fly, and there he is with some other folks as well. And let's see. Okay, now that's Andrea Fulton, and Andrea does a fashion show, many fashion shows around the area. She's noted for it, and you can see Bernard has his hat on, the African coat. I remember Dred Scott bought one from him similar to that, and then Andrea looks absolutely fabulous. Look at her, and so yes, indeed. But anyhow, when you have Kwanzaa, we hope to have both of them there. And there's another brother, I'm not sure who that is, but I'm sure he's part of the Fashion Week there at Harlem. Good pictures, good pictures. And so there's a lot out there, and I'm sure you can find it. If he's on Facebook, I'm not sure he is, but look up Bernard Ballard, and you can see all of the work that he displayed there. And they have some actual, little movies, if you will, of his work being displayed and all that. So hats off to him as well. Trying to think what else going on. There's a lot going on. And so anyhow, God bless, all those creative forces out there that are making things happen. Oh, there's some more pictures of it. Okay, that's Bernard. He's fixing up the boots. You can see, look at that. Wow, that's fantastic. I'm not sure whose creations those are. But now it looks like something Bernard may have done. I'm not sure. That's a good piece. Okay. This could be Andrea's, that could be Andrea Fulton's work. I'm not sure about that one, but it's a big to do, folks, that Harlem Fashion Week. And it happens all over the country, by the way. They have fashion weeks. But New York is really noted for it, especially the Harlem one. So good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Brother Chris. Appreciate that. And again, folks, if you've never seen this book, I hope you go out and find yourself a copy. It's called Legendary Locals of Harrisburg. Legendary Locals of Harrisburg. And I think you see Brother Kurt Smallwood on the front there. There's Judge Janine Turgeon up here. Over here is the coroner. He was the coroner. And he had his own nationwide program, in fact. Oh, boy, I'm going to call his name in a second here. But anyhow, everyone on that, front page there, all very important people to the Harrisburg community. And we were really proud to be mentioned in here as well. In fact, I forget which page it's on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But here's Brother Jesse Rawls and his sons. Jesse Rawls is like a legend in the educational area. All of his sons are educators as well and wrestlers. Jesse Rawls was a state championship wrestler when he was in high school, and his sons went on to do the same, and they are in the Hall of Fame. One is in the induction to the National Junior College Hall of Fame. And I'm not going to go through all this here, but anyhow, so many accolades to that family. And Brother Jesse Rawls is still here in Harrisburg making a difference. He does a lot of work with the Susquehanna School District, and his son is a principal, or was a superintendent, I believe, a principal, Jesse Rawls Jr. Okay, let me see here. But anyhow, it's good stuff, man. I just gotta, say that I was glad to see them in here. And then, of course, you have the football player Marcus Colston. I'm gonna hold that up real quick. Marcus is the man down here. He played, of course, with the New Orleans Saints. I believe he went to Susquehanna Township High School. I think he did. Let me see here. But yeah, New Orleans Saints, and graduated at Susquehanna Township High School. And I went to Hofstra University. And Hofstra is not noted, but Hofstra is an excellent school, but he's not noted for, necessarily, pro athletes playing football. But he did. He went to Hofstra, great academic school, and then went on to become a major, star in the NFL. I mean, a major star. Look at this picture also, right next to Brother Colston is none other than Franklin there. Brother Franklin is from Harrisburg. In fact, that's Chris Handles Franklin. I don't want to say Kurt Franklin. That's Chris Handles Franklin. Not only did he play for the Harlem Globetrotters, and maybe still does, he has a tremendous camp here in the Harrisburg area. And also, he became like the point person for the Harlem Globetrotters. And talking with him, he was the one who would go out to a city or a country before the Harlem Globetrotters would perform and make sure that everything was set up, the venue, the ticket sales, where they would be staying and all that kind of stuff. So he became a very important member of the Harlem Globetrotters staff, doing that kind of work. And let me see here, one more thing. I got to find Little Writer's Wordshop piece before I let this go. But this book is outstanding, and the person who put it together, really did a nice job of finding people from various eras. It's Todd Mealy. Todd Mealy is the author of this book. And boy, did he do his homework, I'm telling you. And so, let me see here. There are former mayors in there. Okay, yeah. Eric Pappenfuss. He owns the Midtown Scholar bookstore, as you know. And I did find the Little Writer's Workshop there, as you can see on the bottom here. Let me see if I can hold that up correctly. That is me sitting there with the paper open. I actually have on a coat and tie, can you believe it? And then the gentleman standing over top of us is attorney Claude Lewis. And the other gentleman, let me make sure I see his name. I forget his name. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't recognize him, but he's a great writer. In fact, the gentleman sitting down looking in the paper at the paper, he served in Vietnam, and his claim to fame was that he wrote a book of using his letters that he wrote to his mother while in Vietnam, and it became a big hit. Remember, the Patriot News picked up, the book itself, and really touted it. So the Writer's Workshop, we've been recognized in this area for a lot of different things, and so I'm really glad to have this platform and to keep it going. And it would be nice if we had a whole lot of people coming in and that kind of stuff. Whoever comes, whoever participates, that's what makes the Writer's Workshop. We have a number of anthologies. Here's one of the first ones we've ever done. And we just recently repackaged this called Beyond the Surface, a workshop anthology of poems and short stories, which I'm going to read out a little bit tonight. Then also, there's one of my books where I'm going to read out of this tonight as well. And this is, my personal piece. And it took some of the articles that I had in the Black Wall Street newspaper, and just simply put those into, we say, a compilation of those articles. And I'm still writing for the Black Wall Street, in fact. And Ro Brady, who is a big supporter of this program and has been for years, is now the editor of the Black Wall Street and doing a fantastic job. And so hats off to her. And, we're looking forward to every issue that comes out once a month. And, so anyhow, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. The Writer's Workshop is looking into, we're going to start doing probably monthly. We're going to start doing our in-person Writers' Workshops again. For years, we did every Friday night in person at whatever venue we were using at the time. And it was always from 7 until 9. That's been our staple. It's been kind of our thing. And so I was talking to Brother Chris saying how, we use this platform. It's been a fantastic platform, but we're concerned that whether or not people are using it, whether or not they're coming in, being a part of it and feel comfortable. I just put out the link again. If you're really interested, you can always give us a call, link up with us, and I would be more than happy to have you come on, read some of your works, and talk about why you decided to become a writer. Don't forget, don't sleep on it. I felt bad. I was just thinking about this here. Been talking about Brother, oh, come on now. He comes on, he did the rise and fall of the fourth Reich. Come on, why am I drawing a blank here? Anyhow, it'll hit me in a second, but his book is really, really hot and getting some great reviews, not just in the United States, but all around the country, all around the world. He's had some people and he's put those things up on Facebook. So that's how I know that. Neil Owens. Neil Owens is an outstanding author out of High Point, North Carolina. and he's doing a great work. So whatever you do, go on Amazon and look up his book called The Rise and Fall of the Fourth Reich. Okay, and it's a good read. So I want to make sure I get my copy. I haven't gotten a copy yet, and got to check that out. Yeah, I might have mentioned this before last week, but I'm gonna mention it again. A couple of weeks ago, I was really honored to have in our church, we do our church online, and we have some viewers, and it's been great. We, sometimes we've had our highest at this point has been, I think, 5,600, and now we're in the 2,000s constantly, sometimes 3,000 and 4,000. But the viewership has been good, and so all of a sudden one day my wife said to me, she said, "Oh, look at this," and it was Nikki Giovanni who was looking in on us, and she stayed on for a long time. That was great. So we're really happy to have the writing community, and Nikki Giovanni is one of my sheroes, like so many other people. She has been someone that's been out there in the front line, speaking, writing beautiful poetry, but also speaking directly to the culture and our people. And it's just, yeah, it was just great. So it's such an honor to have her come on. So anyhow, Nikki Giovanni. Let me find something to read, and then I'm going to ask Brother Chris if he doesn't mind bringing up another video for us, because that's what it's all about. And one of the things I say to people say, well, what is the workshop about? The workshop is about you. It's about you, taking advantage of this platform. Doesn't cost you a dime. We will not only interview you and talk to you about your works, but we will encourage others to, find out about your works, and also help you to find platforms that you can, sell your works on, or just, display it. And there are a lot of platforms out there that are very inexpensive, but at the same time, the question becomes, do they have reach? And all the platforms that I know of that have helped us out over the years have reach. People find out about you through those platforms, and that's a great thing. I think I'm gonna look over here and okay. Let me find something here, and I see Brother Chris is bringing something up. Okay, good.
Oh, I'm
Unknown.
sorry. Did you want the video, Dr. Nate? I thought you called for it,
Oh
sir.
no,
My
that's good.
apologies.
That's great. Love to have it. Yeah, anytime. So let's look at this one.
Your mind is your weapon and your tongue is your sword. Depending on how you use it, could be the poison or the cure. Your actions, ammunition, opportunities, your target. Now all we see is tunnel vision. Understand the artillery you've been armed with. So keep your eye focused on where you're going. Instead of where you've been, then your eyes will follow suit. It will guide you through and through. Every hurdle in your way, every obstacle you face will determine your state of mind, but never your fate. So all you need is the blueprint to show you how to do this. Yeah, I was a mess, but I put it down to age. See, once I'm combining them together, I understood behind it was the message with a purpose, dated and engraved with my name so deep the mathematics. While I show you the method, man, you'll be calling me the abbot or almost the killer. Once you comprehend it, the genius resurrected. So shout and spec to deck, that old dirty bastard, ghost face killer, yeah, he's coming for your head. Yeah, he's gonna wreck when only you, God, can stop him. Yeah, that's live in the flesh. So let me put that into context. As you connect the missing pieces to the puzzle like Columbo connects the dots. How he went from being Jason Bourne to Jason Hunter, fighting against the odds. See, he found his skill and mastered it. He studied every part of it, all the ins and all the outs, all the ups and all the downs. Navigating through trial and tribulation to find his way out. It's like being trapped in a maze due to the errors of our ways. So understand the path that you've paved, which now is you conflicted on the road you're gonna take. During the process, doors will get slammed in your face. So stay composed, firm, handle it with grace. Remain humble even when the tables turn. So you have to go through adversity in order to live and learn. So you've been through the fire, you've battered through the flames. You've endured all the pain, but yet the scars still remain. Like tribal marks on your body as the canvas. And it ain't Mona Lisa that's depicted in the frame, cause you hold the brushes and life is the paint. You bring into existence whatever you create. When you understand the power of your mind, it creates as you speak. So understand you're unique. You're a gift. I'm talking a real masterpiece. And you're at peace when you learn to masterpiece. And when no one listen, kill it.
Powerful. So that young man, he sounds like he's from maybe Great Britain. I'm not sure, but a good piece. And I'm always amazed at how they do these videos. And Brother Chris has done some great ones for me. I appreciate that. But yeah, a lot of artists are now not just writing their works and reading their works, but they're also performing their works and using the medium of video like that to really bring it to life. So that's good. I want to pay homage to Brother Carver Brunson. I just want to mention this in case anyone doesn't know. Carver Brunson for years worked in the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission, but he also on the side, he has done for the past 25 years the NAACP AXO competition, which AXO stands for Afro Academic Cultural Technological Scientific Olympics. It is an NAACP program. It operates on both the local level and then the national level. So what happens is, like here in Harrisburg, we have a competition once a year, and that competition is, coordinated by the national AXO program, but by giving us guidelines and how to do things in order to make the program a success in your local area. And there's some strict guidelines that you must adhere to. And so in order to do that, you have to have somebody that's really dedicated to that. And then they're able to build up a team, to do the work that is needed for these young people, not only to be rewarded on the local level, but if they get a gold medal, they can go to the national level. And by the way, the nationals are always held in conjunction with the national NAACP conference. So that means it could be anywhere in the country. This year, in fact, back in, I guess it would have been back in July or August. I think July. I could be wrong, but anyhow, they went out to, it was on August, I believe. They went out to Las Vegas, Nevada, and they flew out and, participated amongst all those wonderful students, and that'd be at least 800 of them out there. And they were in some 32 to 33 different categories that they compete in. Each person, I think, can do up to 3, competitions during the nationals. And so, Harrisburg, we've taken groups out for years, and especially in the past 25 years with the leadership of Brother Carver Brunson. Carver did announce that he's retiring, stepping down. He's been doing it for 25 years, though, and that's a grind. And it's raising the funding to do it. It's making all these various contacts to have the judges that you need on the local level. If you're going to fly to Las Vegas, how are you going to do that? You have to have the funding, and you have to have somebody coordinate that. You have to get the tickets. You have to get the tickets and also the keys, if you will, for the hotel that you're going to stay in. And so that has to be coordinated. If it's not going to require flying, you're going to take a bus to Philadelphia or to Cincinnati or something like that. That requires that coordination as well. Finding out how much that would cost, both to and fro, and then also just the meeting points and everything. And there's a lot of paperwork associated with the local level, and then especially in the national. There's a lot of things that the person that's coordinating this thing has to do and do well. And so hats off to Brother Carver Brunson. He did this thing for 25 years. Think about that. And he finally decided, just like, man, I just gotta step back. And so while there may not be a program this year, there's from what I understand, there's no intent at this point of us being, going to the nationals, intending to have a local and then go to the nationals, all that kind of good stuff. But there's Carver right there. Okay, that's my wife Pat, and this brother, I'm telling you, he has done this thing for over 25 years, and he raises the funds so well that he was able to, take the young people and the rest of us who were in the staff for free. We didn't have to pay a dime, for the hotel, for the transportation. We got a stipend for the food, that kind of thing. Had to make sure our kids were informed about, when they would perform and where they would perform, because you have all these different things going at the same time. The rooms are marked. The kids are given a wonderful orientation. It's a great celebration of all these people coming together, but it's work. And so, having said all that, I just want to say again, congratulations to Brother Carver Brunson for a job well done. And he touched a lot of lives through that program, a lot of lives. And there's some folks, oh, that's a cool picture. Okay. Look at that. That's when he was a young man. got the beard, the goatee, the whole bit. That's him in the middle. And I don't know the other 2 gentlemen, but I'm sure they're family. But anyhow, Brother Carver's done some great stuff with that program. So anyhow, hats off to him. And if you ever see him, if you know him, congratulate him, thank him, because believe me, that was, to me, one of the premier programs in the city of Harrisburg, in the area of central Pennsylvania, for young people. So, Milton Hershey, they really invested time and energy into the program and had students represent them well. And they've stepped up big. I can't begin to name all the sponsors. I didn't know they're going to try to do that. But Larry Myers has been with them from, Jump Street, Hershey Foods, Hershey Entertainment, from Jump Street, the Harrisburg School District, and it goes on down the line. There's so many different people. Bilal Hassan did a lot of work with them. Ruby Dobbs did a lot of work. Pat and I were fortunate enough to be, on board to do some things with the judges locally and then chaperone nationally. His whole family, his entire family, Makita and Damali, and all of the grandchildren who were contestants in the AXO, they went, every year, going and doing different things and helping out in any way that they possibly could. So it was, it's the end of an era, but hopefully someone will step up from the community and pick up the torch and keep it moving. We need some young blood to step in there and, just keep it moving, because it is a wonderful, wonderful experience. All right, having said that, let me read a piece here that kind of captures all that I was saying. This was an article I wrote for the Black Wall Street newspaper here in Harrisburg. It's called NAACP AXO Olympics of the Mind. It says, to some, it is the best kept secret in America. To others, it is an opportunity that has already had a major impact on their lives. The NAACP AXO competition, founded in 1978 by author and journalist Vernon Jarrett, is intended to provide recognition to young students of African descent and students of color who demonstrate academic, scientific, and artistic achievement in one of 33 different categories of competition. The AXO program is an enrichment program. Over the course of each year, students work with local volunteer instructors and mentors to develop projects and sharpen their skills to participate in enrichment opportunities, including workshops, tutorials, and field trips specific to their competitions. So the local competitions and ceremonies showcase the results of the students' hard work. Competition winners receive medals and prizes provided by local and regional sponsors and contributors. So the local gold medalists are eligible to advance to the national competition and have the opportunity to win a medal, receive scholarships, and other rewards provided by national sponsors. The Greater Harrisburg NAACP AXO program, directed by Mr. Copper Brunson, has a long, rich history in this competition that dates back to the 1990s and continues today. In recent years, the Greater Harrisburg NAACP AXO program has produced 3 national medal winners and 1 $10,000 national scholarship reward winner. And let me just stop there for a minute. Actually, now we have 2, and by the way, they're sisters, the Mabullas. Their parents own the what is it called? East Shore Pharmacy. They own the East Shore Pharmacy in Uptown Harrisburg. And their father's from Uganda and the mother's from Ghana and Nigeria. She spent time with both of those. So it says in 2020, poet London McClain, currently a freshman at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, won a bronze medal in the poetry written category. And in 2022, Madison Stokes, currently a freshman at Chatham University, won a gold medal in the medicine category. This is on the national level now. It says also in 2022, Tishani Adam Wanga, currently a senior at Milton Hershey School, won a bronze medal in the traditional dance category. Another student, Danielle Mumbala, currently a freshman at the University of Pittsburgh, won a $10,000 scholarship for an essay she wrote for the AXO competition. So the scholarship was sponsored by the Oscar-winning actress Lupita Nyong'o, who is best known for her roles in the movies 12 Years a Slave and Black Panther. Danielle Mubala was one of 40 young women selected from around the country to receive the scholarship. The local and national AXO competitions for 2023 are fast approaching, so students in grades 9 through 12 are encouraged to apply. All area school districts will be notified of the local competition's student application process, mentoring opportunities, and date and times of the competition and categories that the students can compete in. So interested students should check out with the main office in their school to inquire if the school has applications or if there's an AXO coordinator in their building. All interested persons can go to the Greater Harrisburg NACP's AXO webpage, Harrisburg, PA, AXO, and register for the 2020-2023 local competition. Participating students can select up to 3 categories to compete in. There are 6 major areas of competition: STEMs, which is the science, technology, engineering, and math; humanities, the performing arts, the visual arts, business, and culinary. The categories are listed under each major competition area on the page. Once students have registered and selected their areas of interest, they will be notified by the AXO committee to make sure they and their parents have completed all required paperwork and answer all questions they may have. So since its inception, almost 400,000 young people have participated in the AXO program, and more than gold medals have been awarded to youth from around the United States. I'm sorry, let me say that again. And more than 900 gold medals have been awarded to youth from around the United States. Some of the notable AXO alumni are actor Anthony Anderson from Blackish, singers Lauryn Hill and Alicia Keys. We know both those persons are. Astronaut Mae Jemison, movie director John Singleton, and singer Michelle Williams, rapper Kanye West, actress Jada Pinkett Smith, and singer and actress Jennifer Hudson, all alumni of the AXO program. So as chairperson of the local judges committee, I'm asking our adult community to support the NACP program goals for AXO, which are the promotion of classroom and after-school excellence, recognize academic achievement among our youth on par with the recognition awarded to athletes, and to provide and assist students with the necessary skills and tools to establish goals and acquire the confidence and training to make a successful contribution to society. Having read this article, you are now a mandated supporter of the Greater Harrisburg Area NACP AXO program. You are mandated to encourage as many students as you can to participate in this excellent competition. Thank you for your service. All right. So anyhow, that's just a little tribute I made, to talk about the AXO program, which again, I think is one of the premier programs in the Harrisburg area for youth. It really is well done. And again, Brother Brunson's presence, his leadership will be missed, sorely missed. Okay. All right. So Brother Chris, if you can pull up another video, I'd appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Here we go, sir. My apologies.
Okay.
I was on the
No,
phone
you're
there.
good.
My wife called.
You're fine.
See, silence speaks volumes when nothing said. Until you're sitting with Ren, his nephews, trying to comprehend. The volume sky high, spirits brought to life. You're all heated up, you can feel it in your chest. It's all getting to your head. Reflecting on your reflection, all you see is just regret. Like nothing's making sense. All that blood, sweat and tears just flowing like ink from a fountain pen. In a valley, trapped in a lion's den. Escaping your mind's got you reliving time. Now you're sinking in a black hole, trying to rewind. Wait, stop, pause. You played it on repeat cause you stopped paused the moment you reached your peak. See, now do you sink or swim, or just keep your head afloat? Quick decisions, it's survival of the fittest. There's no strings attached, so it's trusting in your instincts. Now you're in sync, mind, body, spirit. Are you able to adapt and surpass every limit? You've accepted and come to terms with all your triggers, cause those triggers were your teachers that taught you self-healing. It's revealing, like behind every scar on your body, there's a true story with a meaning. See what it represents, what you overcame, what you sacrificed. You stared the devil in his face. You went toe to toe, blow to blow. You held your own weight. You turned them shackles into Yeezys. Now you're running your own race. You had to block up the external so you could jump over hurdles in order for you to work on your internal, cause they had you trapped in a net. Now you're searching through the web, a bold image of yourself like a captured silhouette. So here's the stencil, here's the lead. See, your mind is the projector, now we're looking through your lens, surrounded by the sounds of a voice that echoes before a word said. See, you spend your entire life in your head. Make sure it's a comfortable place, filled with respect, integrity and peace. See, you possess all three. It's just down to how do you perceive it. Close your eyes, search deep inside, and you'll find the answer to the question you've been seeking. I'm unknown, I'm just a voice with a meaning.
Wow. Good stuff. Unknown, the poet. Rocking that hoodie. I see him. But good reflection though, good piece. I wonder where that brother's from. They don't always tell us, but he goes by Unknown, the poet. Hey, good stuff, man. Wherever you are. So, Brother Chris, let me see what time it is. Sometimes we just get to moving and don't keep the time. Okay, so 7:51. And right now we haven't had any real movement in terms of people coming on. But let me give you a poem or two here. Let me find something that comes out of this book, Beyond the Surface. And a lot of stuff is old as far as when it was written, but it's always timely in terms of the message that it gives. And this is a piece, and I'm looking to revamp a few of these pieces just because, and do I want to do this one? Let me see. Here's one, Bonnie Green. I'm gonna read one of hers. What's the difference? And her name is Bonnie Marie Green, and she is the mother of Michelle Green. And a lot of you know her because Michelle's a photographer, and apparently she does a little bit of everything. And so this piece is called "What's the Difference?" I have freckles on my face. A freckled face is fine. I wear braces on my teeth. I have since I was 9. But I wear glasses on my eyes. Wearing glasses is great. I must wear a special shoe to keep me walking straight. I speak differently from you. I have what is called a lisp, and I have an accent. I speak differently too. My words are always clear and crisp. You pray to Allah and to you, Jehovah and me. I pray to God that all prayers are heard. And when it's over, belief in a higher power is never odd. Your skin is ivory, mine is brown. We both have blood that is red. You live in an apartment, I live in a house. But at night, we both sleep in the bed. You like to be happy, you like to laugh. I like happiness and laughter too. I wish to be loved and treated well. I'm really a lot like you. How doth life would be without differences. Yet things that are alike are fun too. I like being so very different, yet so much the same as you. And that's Bonnie Marie Green, and one of her pieces that's in this anthology. And so, you see, there's Lynn Blackston, and Lynn Blackston is still going strong with her works, and she is a highly educated, and a great performer, by the way, of works like Harriet Jacobs. There's so many different people that Rosa Parks, she portrays her, so many other different people she's portrayed. And so hats off to her. By the way, this piece is called I'm the First Lady, and this is Lynn Blackston. She says, I'm the First Lady, but I live in the ghetto. I would not wait for years to see if my partner will be voted in or out of office, because if it be God's will, I know I will be passing laws. It says, passing laws and holding press conferences with my children on how to survive in this cold, cruel, violent world, enforcing mandates on how to get along with others, manners, self-respect, and pride. I balanced the budget for clothing, transportation, recreation, childcare, and household needs. Many times a deficit is faced, but prayer, sacrifice, and wisdom veto the situation. I lived the laws of welfare reform and proper health care. One program beckons my sisters to enroll with them because her and her children eyeglasses will be free. However, she can only attend one health care facility, which takes her 3 hours to get waited on. Get real. Educational training agencies tell my sisters and brothers that they can help them get off the system. Sounds good, but after all the red tape, frustration sets in, and we give up. I'm the first lady, she says. And you, blacks that sit in your swivel chairs under federally funded programs, will no longer give my sisters and brothers a false sense of hope to take out a loan for an education center when they do not understand how to read a bus schedule. I'm the first lady. I live in the White House, and there have been times when Congress, family, friends, and neighbors sought to vote me out, but the first lady came up with a new proposal on how to do things. I'm the first lady, as are many of my sisters who will continue to pass household laws. We will continue to strive for a better way of living without being taken for gophers. Who? Yeah, will go for anything. But out main law will be that we pray for knowledge and wisdom on how to incorporate new and better proposals for our children and families to live by. Okay. All right. So that's the end of that piece. So I'm gonna read that last part better. It says, I'm the first lady, as are many of my sisters, and we will continue to pass household laws. We will continue to strive for a better way of living without being taken for gophers. Who will go for anything? But out of many, okay, I think that's probably it. But out main law will be that for our children and families to live by. Okay. All right. So there's a little bit of mix up there in that one, but it's a good piece, really all the way down. That's a piece by Lynn Blackston. Okay, and I'll try to get that back part better. Anyhow, so listen, part of what Brother Chris and I talked about is how to better equip this program to reach more people and to have more participation. And so I do know that sometimes people come on in the second hour, but not the first. And we've had great success here at The Voice with a lot of great programming and some people who are like mainstays from, Lucille Powder out of New York City, Dr. Dan Snowden right here in Harrisburg, who's a great volunteer, to Maria Chow, who I know is going through a lot right now for her family and her parents, as well as her children. And she has a wonderful husband, but still, she feels responsible. So I kind of get that. And then you have so many other people like Roberta, Wendy Noche on there. They just come on all the time and they do a great work of helping you to understand the process of writing. And both of them are really good writers. One has like 40-something books out, and she's just doing it. She does the novellas, and also she puts on plays. She's the editor, chief editor of the Black Wall Street newspaper. So she's doing a lot, So you want to meet these people and let them inspire you. So one of the ways of doing this, coming on, this platform and letting the platform, speak. So, Brother Chris, I think last week we did the same thing. We kind of wrapped it a little bit early, and I know I've been battling the cold and been trying to get more people to come on and try to do their thing. But it's all good. I hope that the folks enjoyed the videos that you played. I certainly did. But we're gonna wrap it, and hopefully we'll get this thing moving again a little bit more steam ahead. We're going to have some contests. We're going to have some presenters, and just see what we can do to get people to appreciate the platform and use it. Okay. So God bless you, my brother. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you to those of you who listened in, and we hope to see you next time right here on The Voice. If we make a change, we'll make the change, and we'll keep you informed about that change. All right. So God bless. See you next time.